Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to improve your aim very quickly here in this game. I'm going to be showing you guys some things that I do to help me improve my aim, just some courses you can try out as well, and just give you guys some very good tips that you guys can use to help you guys improve in this game very quickly. And real quick, before I get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys want 2,000 free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video. And lastly, comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into the next giveaway. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I wanted to be going into and give you guys some very good tips to improve your aim, and I'll show you guys a very good aiming and editing course that you guys can use to help you guys improve very quickly. So I'm going to be showing you guys the code for it so you guys can get on the map as well. So here's the code. All you have to do is just go into your creative, go over to the little tablet thing, and then type in this code. This is the code towards to the map. So huge shout out to the person who made this course, Sleege. Huge shout out to him. This map is very good. I really do like it, and there's a lot of really good benefits that you guys can get out of this map. So there's a lot of different things. You have different sort of builds and edits that you can work on. And the reason why I really like this course a lot as opposed to other ones is because when it comes to aim, and this is for myself as well, when you have all the time in the world to line up your shot, it's very easy to do so. There's not going to be many problem whatsoever. But when it comes to Fortnite, realistically, when you're talking about in games, you're going to be going for a lot of shots off of edits. So it could be off of double edits, single edits, wall edits, whatever the case may be, and that is going to be much harder to hit your shots as opposed to having all the time in the world to line up your shots. So this could be a very good way to improve your aim, and as well because there's zombies that kind of move around a little bit, so they're not in the exact same spot every time, which is very good. So every time I go for a double edit, I kind of have to guess where the other zombie is. It's not really in the exact same location, which is really good. But like I said, it's important that when you practice your aiming, you also kind of practice your editing as well, because your aim and editing really do have a correlation in this game, because a lot of the gunfights that you go into, a lot of the shots are going to be the hardest to hit, or going to be after those single or double edits. It's not going to be when you're sitting from long range and you kind of have all the time to line up your shot. Those shots are very easy to hit. I assume a lot of you guys are able to hit those shots as well. But when it comes to the vast majority of gunfights, I'm pretty sure just about every gunfight, of course there are going to be exceptions, but most of the gunfights are going to be going into in game. You're going to be pulling out your shotgun and going for at least 1 or 2 edits every single fight. So it's very important that you have your editing as well. You practice aiming and editing at the exact same time. So this editing course, I think, is extremely good when it comes to those two things. And there's a lot of different things you can do in this course. It doesn't just focus on one specific edit. There's a lot of different things you can focus on. They have things that are really, editing based, and they have things like here aiming and editing based, and then you have things that are just strictly aiming based. And also, when you're working or practicing, this could be with anything, when you practice something, you want to try to do it as fast as possible, because if you're just going through a course, obviously the first time maybe you just want to go through it a little bit slower, but if you go through it like slower, you make sure that every single edit that you make is perfect. A lot of times you're not really improving, because when it comes to games, you have to make very quick movements. So if you're practicing in your creative maps or whatever the case may be, however you're practicing, and you practice it very slow, when it comes to games, you're going to be completely unprepared. So you always want to practice kind of like if you were in actual like pub or arena. You always want to practice and go as fast as possible, because the whole goal is to improve, and improving means by going faster. So you want to make sure that you're doing these courses as fast as possible. You really don't want to go through them slow. You don't want to try to take your time through them. You want to try to get through them as fast as possible, and that is going to be a very easy and effective way to improve, especially very quickly in this game. And that really goes for anything. It could go for aiming, it could go with editing or building, because I like practicing a ton of free builds and creative, and free building is something that I've been practicing a lot more as well. And when I practice free buildings, I practice them at full speed. Obviously, if it's like a new retake, I'll take it a little bit slower, try to figure out how to do it, and then after I kind of get the gist of it down, maybe do it a few times, then I just try to do it as fast as possible and as many times as possible, because that is going to improve me, and that is going to get me a lot better at the game the fastest way possible. So if you're practicing your aim and you don't feel like you're making progress, you don't feel like you're improving, there is a few other things you can do. Obviously, I think the best way to improve is just to practice. Just practice your aim, get used to the sensitivity that you have. That's always usually the best way to improve, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Some of you guys play on ridiculous sensitivity. So if you guys really want some good settings, down in the description below, or not the description, back in the pinned comment, I have the best linear or best exponential settings, and these are settings that I'm currently using. If you guys are looking for some very good settings, but some things you can do, say if this doesn't work, you could actually lower your sensitivity. Lowering your sensitivity is one of those things that definitely will improve your aim, but you have to be careful of going too low, because if you're on too low of a sensitivity, you're not able to turn around very quickly. But the lower sensitivity you go as opposed to a higher sensitivity, the more accurate you are going to be. So if you feel like your aim is just really bad in all aspects, I would recommend maybe just lowering your sensitivity a little bit. When it comes to changing your sensitivity, I do recommend changing it little by little. I wouldn't recommend just making a drastic change. So if you play on like a 60 sensitivity, I wouldn't just drop it down to like a 40. I think that's a little bit too much, and your aim is going to be really bad. So if you play on like a 60, maybe you drop it down to like maybe a 57 or a 55. And if you think that's a little bit too fast, then you can slowly lower it. But you really don't want to make a huge change as far as like changing your sensitivity. You don't want to make a drastic change. You want to make little changes and try to figure out exactly what is the right sensitivity for you, because sensitivity really is personal preference. I prefer a little bit on the low end for sensitivity, or I guess for me a little bit in the medium. I really not the biggest fan of the high sensitivities, but I know a lot of you guys are, and I'm not really the biggest fan of the super low. I kind of like a good medium, and that's why the settings that I have and down in my pinned comment are very good settings for the majority of you players, because they kind of are a good balance in between fast and slow. And also another thing you can do as well is you can lower your dead zones. Lowering your dead zones can also give you a little bit boost on your aim, because when you lower your dead zones, it makes everything more responsive, which is really important for those of you guys who play on console, because on console you have more of an input delay than opposed to if you play PC with controller. So you want to make sure that you have everything as responsive as you can. So the lower the dead zones, the better. Obviously, you don't want any crazy stick drift where you're looking all over the place, but the lower dead zones, the better, is kind of just the rule of thumb that you want to do. And the last thing you can change as far as your settings to improve your aim is you can turn off foot controller. If you turn off foot controller, this is going to help you guys improve your aim, because it does slow everything down. And it's kind of like an extra dead zone in a way. So it slows everything down, makes everything a little bit more accurate. So those are the setting changes I would make if the editing courses and the practicing your aim really aren't doing too much for you. Those are the specific things I would be practicing the most. And so for the editing course, the last part that I'm going to be showing you guys in this video is really cool. It's kind of like at the very end, you have like a little free belted thing. Is what I'm doing here is you can kind of practice maybe making boxes. You can, and the really thing I like about this is you can practice specific edits. So you can practice boxing up, and the zombies will come to your box, and then you can practice going for certain edits that you normally aren't as good at. So you can improve in those specific edits as long as with your accuracy after going for those edits. So you can box it, practice going for maybe a flick shot. Maybe you can practice going for a different sort of edit. So I really do like that. I think this editing course and aiming course is extremely good. I think it's going to improve your aim drastically. So I would highly recommend giving this course a try. And also, really the good thing I like about the free building part here is every so often all the builds break. So it's not like you say here in like maybe like 2 minutes and then everything fills up. Everything does break, and then you can kind of build again, which is really cool, because then you don't have to worry about breaking everything and then coming back. So I think this course is very well done. I think there's a lot of good things about this, and I would recommend giving this a try if you guys are maybe struggling with your aim. And like I mentioned, practicing your aim with editing is going to be essential, because a lot of the times the hardest shots to hit are going to be those flick shots after going for an edit. So those are the ones you want to practice on the most if you are looking for the most benefit on improving your aim. But with that being said, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do hit that like button. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys can get notified for every single new video. And when I announce the V-Buck giveaway winners every Friday, you guys can stay updated. And as well, I do live stream every single day here on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys haven't watched my live streams, or if you guys just forgot exactly when I play, every single day here on the channel at 6 o'clock, I live stream solos. So if you guys want to watch me play, if you guys just want to see me play some solos, definitely come by my live streams. It's a ton of fun. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.